Oh yeah, so we gonna take a detour tonight and talk about the ladies. Cause I ain't talking about the ladies in a cool minute, but hey, it's your boy DHP, and y'all know the rest, man. And hey, so yeah, we gonna take a little detour because the co-main event for this weekend in Seattle's fight night card, Alexa Grasso, Macy Barber, that shit is low key pivotal because of the history with Alexa Grasso and Valentina, and then Macy Barber. And for those that been following my videos for a cool minute, y'all been paying attention to what I've been saying. Macy Barber, like the fighters like Macy Barber, Madone Fadat, Aaron Blanchfield. What is Hazy? What you doing, Hazy? Yeah, those fighters, they like. I consider Macy, well, obviously, Macy Barber been fighting in the UFC for a cool minute, but she's part of this generation of flyweights. You know what I mean? And we got some new generation flyweights with Natalia Silva. I think Natalia Silva is like ranked #1 right now. Macy got to be top 5. I haven't checked that women's rankings in a cool minute, but Macy's in the top 5, right? So her and Aaron Blanchfield is like the only two that haven't got a crack at Valentina just yet. You know what I mean? But stylistically wise, they the two that could potentially give Valentina some problems just because of how they grapple and shit like that. So I've been saying, like, especially like the last year, like early last year and shit like that, I was like, bruh, I need to see. It's the same shit I was saying about Mackenzie Dern before she ended up getting her title shot because Whaley went up. I'm like, bro, we need to see Aaron Blanchfield and Macy Barber. We need to see them up there because Valentina just destroying everybody. So at some point, Macy, you know, she get on a or like another you know, she get on a cool streak or whatever, and Aaron Blanchfield, potentially we will see these matchups. Now, Alexa Grasso, right? And the reason why I'm taking this detour, because originally I was going to talk about Izzy and Joe Pyfer. That's going to have to wait till tomorrow. But Alexa Grasso, she spoke about her matchup with Valentina is 1-1-1, which is, you know, she won the first one because Valentina fucked up. Then the second one went to draw, and then Valentina destroyed her. Alexa Grasso, didn't she lose her last fight? I believe she lost her last fight. Alexa Grasso, she needs to win this shit bad. It's one of these fights where I forgot who I said this about, but the fight with Macy Barber, it's more pivotal. Honestly, now you really think about it, you can say it's pivotal for both of them, to be quite honest, because Macy Barber needs somebody like Alexa Grasso on a resume to progress through the rankings, right? But if Alexa Grasso wants that last shot at Valentina, she needs to beat somebody like Macy Barber. Because, yeah, I got to take a look at the rankings. I really haven't checked the women's rankings in like some time. But, yeah, now I think about it, it actually is. You can say 50-50 is pivotal for both of them. But one of the things I want to talk about in this video, because Alexa said, you know, with, you know, if she beats Macy Barber this weekend, right, it can set herself up to get back at Valentina because they rivalry, they 3 fights. There's no really clear-cut winner. Obviously, that trilogy fight that Valentina that they had, Valentina destroyed her ass. I mean, destroyed her to the point where it wasn't really necessary for her to get like that 4th fight, like how Brandon Moreno and Davison Figueiredo, how they had 8 fights, like they 4 fights in a row before Brandon Moreno ended up fighting somebody else. Valentina whooped Alexa so damn bad in that trilogy fight. Valentina just moved on to somebody else, you know. But Alexa, and you can say, and like I said, you can say the same shit about Macy Barber too, because Macy definitely, her and Aaron Blanchfield, it's about time. Because at this point, Valentina really cleaned out everybody. Like, if you really think about it, Valentina then cleaned out the top 10, top 15 of women's flyweight. And even Valentina even dusted off Weili Zhang. So it's like the only people that she hasn't faced yet, and Valentina just beat Manon Farad, which is another Muay Thai specialist. So the only people that she really haven't fought yet is Natalia Silva, Erin Blanchfield, and Macy Barber. So now Macy Barber, if she was to win this fight, I think Macy would have to fight she would have to fight. I'm gonna have to go look at all their records and shit. But I would assume she would have to fight either Natalia Silva or they rebook. Honestly, tell you the truth, if Macy Barber beat Alexa Grasso, you'll do Natalia Silva and Valentina, right? Then you rebook. You go ahead and rebook Erin Blanchfield and Macy Barber. That's what you do. Now, Alexa Grasso, if she beats Macy Barber, they could go back for the fourth fight. I would assume they would go back for the fourth fight if Alexa beat Macy. But yeah, it's safe to say that it's like some of these other fights that we seeing now, especially with some of these other niggas like who did I say this about? Y'all know my memory is like, there's certain shit where my memory is just fuzzy, but half of these fights like must win for real. Just like I feel like with, you can say the same shit about Izzy. We're gonna get to Izzy and them tomorrow, but you can say the same shit about Izzy, but Izzy, he in that state of mind where it's like he knows him fighting for a belt, those days is over. Like him getting the title back is over, so he's not really pressuring himself, you know. But Alexa and Macy, definitely. Both of them. I might put that as the title of this video. This matchup is pivotal for both of them to get at Valentina, because at this point, Valentina done destroyed everybody to the point where it's like she can retire now. She can be like Amanda Nunes for real. She can retire now and, you know, nobody would have questions with saying, oh, well, Valentina retired too early, because it's kind of like the shit we were saying about Charlie Olives. Like, when Khabib left, after Khabib left from the Justin Gaethje fight, when he retired, that's when Charlie Olives was on the rise at lightweight. And he had, obviously, y'all know by now, Charlie Olives, his style, we felt like at that time, that was more of a powerful, a more power hitter version of Tony Ferguson, because Charlie could do anything that Tony would do, but Charlie had that knockout power, or that power that can set your ass down, right? And then Charlie obviously had the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to go along with it. So at that time, there was low-key hype and low-key hypothetical fantasy matchup. Like, damn, like if Khabib didn't retire right then and there, we could have got the Charlie Olives matchup, and then we was hypothesizing, saying Charlie Olives might have been the one to beat Khabib, but whole time that shit got squashed, just like all the other shit got squashed, like Tony Ferguson. That shit got put to squash because of the Charlie Olives fight. When Charlie did end up fighting Tony Ferguson, that shit got put to end. Then when Charlie Olives fought Islam in Abu Dhabi, was it Abu Dhabi? I think that fight in 2022 was Abu Dhabi. That shit got put in because how Islam beat Charlie. So Valentina is one of those things where, but Valentina's situation where it's like she could retire right now and then we wouldn't have no questions at all about her dominance. The only thing we can only say is that she couldn't beat Amanda. That's pretty much it. Everybody else, especially flyweight in specific, she can retire now, and we can say no, there's nobody out there that can beat her. But I just want to see it because I want to see how Valentina attack their style, and I want to see if they can rise to the occasion. I need Macy Barber and Erin Blanchfield to get back on their shit so we can see those matchups. But yeah, with Alexa Grasso side, the way that third fight ended, and tell you the truth, we shouldn't even have been here. We shouldn't even been here if Valentina didn't do the shit that she did, spinning around and shit. You know, it's almost feel like, and it's crazy because I do feel like if Luke and Chris Weidman fought again, Luke would have still beaten him. But it feels like the Weidman, Valentina, Alexa, it felt like Chris Weidman and Luke Rockhold, where Chris was beating Luke, but Luke got lucky that Chris did that spinning shit that he did, that spinning wheel kick that he did, and grabbed his back. And that's the shit that happened in that first fight. You know, Alexa is good. Don't get it fucked up. Alexa Grasso she's a good fighter. But she was fortunate to catch Valentina in that position, and she took advantage of it. Then the second fight happened, and then obviously the trilogy fight happened, and Alexa got her ass whooped. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. I got another video to make on my other platform, because so I'm gonna talk about Joe Pyfer on my other platform. But yeah. And all in all, Alexa, I want to take a little detour because Alexa and Macy Barber, it's a must-win fight for both of them, to be quite honest, but for different reasons. But, you know, until my next video tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and skedaddle, man.